Hey guys, how are you today? It is great to see you on Tuesday. I hope you're doing well in our week 4, our final week run here. I want to highlight a couple things from each one of your subject matters this week. Yesterday, I got an email from Mariah. There were 7 of you that did not complete last week's work study assignment. And I really want to encourage you, not only from the benefit of doing the assignment, you as an individual become better, but that is lost opportunity to make money. And I would really encourage you on both of those parts to take the time this week to make sure you get your assignment turned in, and also to do whatever you have to do to work with Mariah to get what still needs to be done made up. Don't know how all that would play out, but that's just part of one of the learning skills that we're doing this summer, and that is that communicating and that advocating for yourself and working around some of the kind of the heart of what we're doing. This is kind of difficult, but also logistics of what we're having to do. We're learning things, and I would encourage you to take your work study seriously. Talk to Mariah, get those details worked out, and let's have a great week in that area this week. Tomorrow, your live seminar classes are as they had been previously in week 1 and 2. They are live tomorrow on Wednesday, and I would encourage you to be prepared and be on tap for what Harley might have for you tomorrow. Also really enjoyed what you're doing in Spanish today. You have a 2-part, as Mr. Witt has been doing. But today he gave you your recorded lecture, and in that he gave you what the second part of class will be. And I really like that because it allows you to interact with one another, ask questions, but you are using your Spanish learned skill. And so I like that. I think it's a great adjustment on his part to not make it both lectures today, but rather one lecture recorded and then one project of you interacting with one another in that conversational type of way. I really like how he did that. Put your whole heart into that, and I think you will do a great job. Mr. Witt is a true professional, and I don't say that because of his ability to teach Spanish. Obviously, he has a doctorate in that. He's good at that. But where he's really good is setting you up to be at your best. When he sent out his email today with the instructions on how to do that conversation, the details of that were elite. And he put you in a position to get it done right. That is a true professional. When you have people associated with you who are in a place to be at their best, and that is because you put them there, that's what being a leader and a professional is all about. And Mr. Witt is the best. And so I really hope you take full advantage of that and not only benefit from it, but take note of it. Learn from that. Tuck that away in your heart and say, one day I'll be a pro. One day I'll be a leader. And I'll have people that are responsible to me, and I'm responsible too. And you can understand the value, because now you're receiving it. One day you'll be able to give that same professional approach to those that you work with. Really wanted to highlight that today. He's an elite professional in your life. And then in math, we got it started yesterday, and I want to really kind of just talk for a moment. There were some adjustments that we had to make and that we saw. Each teacher has some different approach. They have their own way that they're trying to communicate to you. And yesterday we learned a little bit about how Mr. Edwards is going to work out math. I also talked with him today, and we kind of reiterated that we're all on the same page in what we're trying to communicate to you as math students this week. One of the things that Mr. Edwards is so good at is working the whiteboard and giving you kind of the problem-solving technique in regards to the math subject that you're looking at. So I really talked to Mr. Edwards today about the idea of getting in front of the whiteboard and really allowing you to see him work out the problems and the strategies and mindsets that he's using. So we talked a little bit about that today. I anticipate that you will see that coming to you more as the week plays out, and look forward to that. But we all have to kind of make adjustments. And some of those you have to go through something, then you watch, you communicate, you talk, you adjust, you get better, you move forward. And Mr. Edwards is ready and on tap to continue to move forward with you for the week. So I would encourage you to put your whole heart into his classes today and what he has planned for you. All right, here's my last thought for you, and that is win today. We've talked a lot about what that means. That's my heart for you today. You're the best.
Hello from my home. Some of you have already had a peek inside my house because this is where I Zoom from every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. Why not Monday night? Because I'm always at Make Do. But this is my house, and I have been at work today, and I'm about to go back to work. But I thought, why not do something a little different today? So, hello from my house and Ashley's house. Sometimes it's nice to just do something different. And I think I've realized that it doesn't always have to be bad. A little bit of change can be really refreshing and really encouraging. And then sometimes it really stinks doing something different. So for instance, I never want to do Virtual Summer Academy again. I want to go back on campus and be all together. But some little differences I think are really good and really valuable because they teach us a lot. And so I decided to do something a little different today and do the daily meeting from here in the comfort of my favorite chair, which actually used to be Miss Linnell's, and my favorite pillow, which I love, and it kind of matches me today, and I got it at Dirt Cheap, which is where I buy a lot of my favorite things, and now hopefully a lot of your favorite things because you've won a lot of prizes, and I buy them all at Dirt Cheap. Speaking of prizes, I have had, guess how many Fun Face entries so far for this week? 0. None. Zip. Zilch. I don't have my fun faces around me, but if I did, that means the get while the getting is good. Please make me laugh. The only fun face entry so far has been my own from yesterday's daily meeting of Linnell's birthday. So get on that. Also, I hope that you enjoyed your little surprisey poodle in your bag this week. Do you know what I'm talking about? Buttons! Yesterday I forgot to mention the buttons. That was my bad. But I hope that you enjoyed your buttons. Those are meant, they're not going to be incorporated into class. Those are simply meant for you to show off your Upward Bound pride. We're also really hoping that you get to be in school face-to-face in August. And we'd love for you to put your Upward Bound buttons on your backpack and be proud that you're in Upward Bound. Anyway, that rhymed and that was really fun. But I just really like the buttons, and 3 claps for Hannah for putting those together for us, and a bajillion claps for Ashley for designing our awesome logos, as well as our really cool new logo, which says Upward Bound, and then has all of our schools around it. Yes! One day you will be wearing that on your shirt if you're doing part 2, which is super fun. Makes me happy. Speaking of part 2, either today or tomorrow, so don't freak out if you haven't gotten an email from me, but sometime soon, if you are doing part 2, I am going to be sending you an email that I need you to actually open, and there's going to be a Survey Monkey, and I need you to actually take it like ASAP. Why? Because during part 2 of Summer Academy, we're still going to do Make Do Mondays. I think that is one of your all's favorite parts of Summer Academy so far, which I love. Last night I was 10 out of 10 impressed with the macrame plant hangers. But a lot of you don't participate, so we're giving you all these supplies that like you're not going to use. And so this is my desire. I want you to do a really cool project that would require a little bit more money, but we don't have the money to pay for everyone. And so if you actually think you're going to do the Make Do projects, then I want to know. And if you're like, hey, I actually don't think I'm ever going to do this, don't worry about me, I don't need the Make Do craft supplies, then I honestly want to know that, because if we have the ability to get everybody the stuff who actually wants to do it, awesome. And if there are some of you that are like, oh, this really isn't my thing, count me out, there's no penalty for that. You don't have to. It just saves us money, which is a really good thing. I like to save money, which is why I shop at Dirt Cheap. So be looking for a Survey Monkey from me. Additionally, tonight we have Zoom, our talent show Zoom. In my dream of dreams, I wanted like all 30 plus of you to participate. But as 2020 has proven, this is not my year of dreams. But it's still not bad. There are some of you who are going to show us your talent. And for those of you who are showing us your talent, I'm actually pumped because, one, that takes a lot of courage. And I think that it's just really uniquely beautiful that you recognize that you have a talent to share. I just love that. And all of you have a talent to share. So for those of you who are like, I don't have a talent, girl or boy, you sure do. But you're just not the place where you want to share it. So I get that. So tonight we're going to do the talent show. I have a feeling it's not going to take too long. So we'll just hang out or do something else after that. But that's the Zoom tonight. I look forward to seeing you there. I will be here at my house with Ashel, who's behind the camera. Anyway, love you guys. Happy Tuesday.